baby! Come on! Yes! Come on! Ah! Yes!
2023 wasn't the best year for Jurassic. For most of the year, we had no news of any new films or TV shows and spent most of the year in the dark. The 30th anniversary happened, but try telling Universal that.
You think this is funny?
But when we reached the end of the year, around October, we got news of a brand new Jurassic World Camp Cretaceous series, with the first trailer dropped on the 4th of November. I think I can't find it anywhere because a couple of hours after it went up, Universal took them down. I'm still sure it was a troll, as it had the Indoraptor music over an 18-year-old Darius. The actual trailer was released 5 days later on the 9th of November, and the actual trailer was released last week, depending when I get this video released. I'll definitely try and make a video on it in the future, but out of all of this, the best news we got was the announcement that a brand new Jurassic World movie was in development, with David Koepp returning to write and having a release date of 2025.
Woo! Yeah, baby! That's what I've been waiting for. That's what it's all about. Woo!
This is all Jurassic fans can talk about, with news coming out nearly every week, some everything we could ask for, and other stuff that no one really wants. There's still a lot we don't know, so I thought today I want to go over everything we know about the film, and what it could be about. Let's start at the beginning. Too far.
We fight for Wessex!
Still not there. Almost. Ah, here we go. On the 22nd of January 2024, we all learned that a brand new Jurassic film was in development, with David Koepp writing the script. The news of a new Jurassic film got everyone excited, but the news of David Koepp, the writer of the best films in the Jurassic franchise, the first two, sent everyone through the roof, along with Spielberg, Frank Marshall and Patrick Crowley executive producing. So it is best to say, fans were hooked. We all knew Marshall and Spielberg would return, as it's Jurassic, Spielberg has his name on it no matter what. And Marshall was confirmed all the way back to last year. But Koepp, that's a different story. The internet bloody exploded. The news of the man who wrote the first two films had returned to save the franchise that Trevorrow had seemingly killed. The writing, the action from the first two films had returned. Apparently this film has been in development some time, hence why it's being released so soon. And apparently the script is at a point where they're happy with it and are holding on to that specific version, which is amazing news, implying that the script is perfect. I want it to stay that way. Hopefully with all this information, the story is good, and I want to believe that. And so does the entire fandom. And I'll try to stay that way. But with all the news, that won't be a problem. Or who knows, maybe they're so desperate for any ideas after Dominion that they'll hold on to the only decent idea. I mean, I could be wrong. Either way, we also found out where the film would be shot. The news sites and YouTubers said that the film would be filmed in Thailand, Malta, and good old Blighty. I live there! More specifically, Sky Studios. If you're a die-hard fan, which of course you are, that's why you're watching this video, then you would know that Malta was the filming location of the last Jurassic film, meaning that this film could be a continuation from Dominion, which could also explain why the filming of Thailand may be there, looking into the other parts of the world where dinos are. There were also some rumours about being filmed in Hawaii and Los Angeles, but as of writing this, nothing has come up, so this is probably just a rumour. Of course, all this information, the name of the film was dropped, and I don't know if this was the official title or a fan-made one, but it's rumoured that the title will be Jurassic City.
I like it, but not a lot.
So, I have a few thoughts. First, I think the title is a bit odd. Apparently I'm not the only one who thinks that. Lots of people didn't like it and went to Twitter. I mean X, and complained. Apparently, after doing more research, I've learned that the title, Jurassic City, is just a stage title. Essentially, they'll use it until they can come up with a real title, but if they can't and this ends up being the real title, I kinda hope it grows on me, and everyone, because it's a new trilogy, and having a weak name isn't a good start. but in a couple of months we'll probably have a new name. Now, all of this is interesting, but the next few things I want to talk about are the most important parts of the project, that being the cast and the director. As of now, we have most of the cast confirmed. The biggest name was Scarlett Johansson. Yep, Black Widow herself will be the star of the new Jurassic film. Can't lie, I was not expecting that. I haven't seen many of her films, but what I have seen via YouTube Shorts, she's quite good, especially when it comes to action, although I do feel like the only reason she was cast was because she's a famous actress, and after the last film, they're desperate for a good film. Other cast members include Jonathan Bailey, Manuel Garcia Rufo, Mahershala Ali, Luna Blaze, David Yankono, sorry if I've mispronounced that, and Aldrina Miranda. At this current time, I don't know anything about any of the actors, but that's not a bad thing. Fresh new faces in Hollywood that will finally let us see faces other than Chris Pratt. Plus, they may be up there with Laurence Olivier, who knows? Okay, this is the part I've been looking forward to the most. This has been the talk of most Jurassic channels and news sites. That of course being the director. The director for the film has been a long and stressful process, mainly down to the fact that conflicting opinions and needless drama behind the scenes. Let me explain. Originally, the project was announced, there was no news of a director, meaning they were still looking for one. A couple of weeks later, they announced they had found one, and it was a controversial choice. The director was none other than David Leitch. Oh no. This was a problem. For starters, Leitch is mainly known for action comedy films such as Bullet Train, Deadpool 2, Fast and Furious Hobbs and Shaw, and the recently released Fall Guy. None of this has anything to do with the Jurassic Adventures sci-fi theme, so essentially, this would be Fallen Kingdom of the Fight Scene, the movie. And the only reason he got the job was because of his work on Hobbs and Shaw, a successful film from a successful franchise that Universal owns. It's also been a joke for a while now that Jurassic and Fast and Furious will have a crossover, since Universal uses Fast and Furious to release Jurassic stuff. Like them playing the prologue over F9, and Battle of the Big Rock was supposed to play over Hobbs and Shaw. And since they want Jurassic to be more action orientated, and since Hobbs and Shaw had loads of that, like the Hawaii scenes, and they're desperate for a good film, I want to make it clear, I don't think David Leitch is a bad director. The Fall Guy and John Wick are films I enjoy watching time and time again, but when you watch them, you don't think of Jurassic Park, and almost everyone agrees. But thankfully, we didn't have to wait for too long, because a couple of days later, Leitch dropped out of the project. Apparently Leitch wanted to change the script, but Spielberg and Marshall said no, and Leitch left. To some this was good, knowing with the new film it wasn't going to be some action fest, and maybe they were trying to return to the basics like the first two films. But this was also a problem because the film had no director. That was a problem. The film was going to be released next year and had no one to film it. Everyone was scared. But then, on February 20th, it was announced they had found a new director, and it was none other than Gareth Edwards. Gareth was the perfect choice, unlike Leitch. Edwards is known for Rogue One, The Creator, and Godzilla. I recently rewatched the film in preparation for the new film, and let me tell you, I have immense hope. I thoroughly enjoyed the film. Sure, it's got problems, but they weren't bad for me anyway. The film also feels very much like a Jurassic Park, although that could be because Gareth is a fan. Another reason why he's great. He's also an expert with filming, with monsters making them feel big and scary. Something that's genuinely a threat, something this franchise really needs. He's also great with CGI and VFX, especially in Godzilla. What's really good is that he's linked to sci-fi filmmaking, which is the same style as Jurassic Park. Again, hopefully meaning we'll finally get a good director. Another thing I want to talk about is the writing. I haven't seen The Creator, but from what I have seen, it looks good, and from what I've also heard, so is the writing. But that isn't really a problem because the script's already written. The last thing I'd like to talk about is the story, because we have very little idea of it. So apparently, it's about a group of people getting trapped on an island, but they haven't specified which one. This means they could be going for a Jurassic World prequel, which is great. I'm more than happy to return to the islands. I'd like to hope it's Sauna, but knowing this franchise, they'll probably go back to Nublar. But I'm still fine with that, as long as there are no locusts. The main thing I want is for this film to be good. Like I said earlier, we need a good Jurassic film. This franchise needs a good film. Everyone's staying hopefully optimistic, and I'm one of them. Thankfully, we don't have to wait long, so we can relax for now, knowing Jurassic's future is bright. Also, why is it the minute I finish this video all the BTS pictures come out?